mercenaries, really, that's the double M. Born baller, baby boy, I be above the rim.
What's good, family? It's your boy Just Blaze, host of the best NBA pod in the game, Above the Rim. Keep it locked each week and join myself and a special guest as we tackle the latest rumblings in the league. If it's happening in the NBA, you know I got you covered. Make sure you subscribe on all platforms and leave that 5-star review. Let's get it.
Give it up. I got the mask. I got the mask. Give it up for Rip. I got the mask. Give it up for Rip Hammond. I could do a lot with this mask. Oh, I could do some things with this mask. The phantom of the Negro, I play ball in the NBA. Oh, I could do something like this. You feel if you can silence the lambs, all your troubles will be over. Rip, you feel if you can silence the Lakers, all your troubles will be over. Do you hear the Lakers crying now, Rip? Gary Payton, Karl Malone crying, my glove, my knees. We took less cheese. Negroes, please. Can you hear Phil Jackson crying? I have my shoulder pads in my suit. I wonder if anybody notices. Can you hear Shaq crying? I'm gonna take my ball and I'm gonna leave the team. I'm gonna get my own team called the Kazams. Kazam it. Do you hear Kobe Bryant crying? Pink hearts, yellow moons, orange stars, purple diamonds, $4 million purple diamonds. If it was up to me, Rip, I would trade the whole team for some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Glove? Yeah, you had a hole in that sumbitch this year, didn't you?
Talk about it!
You are now tuned in to Above the Rim.
Family, welcome to another edition of Above the Rim, episode 128. Brought to you as always, it's your host, Justin, aka Just Blaze. Appreciate y'all tuning in, keeping it locked each and every episode, family. And joining me this week, 2 for the price of 1 again. I brought 2 of my pod brothers in here, 2 of my homies from the West Coast. Or should I say 4 of the best pods in the game right now out here in these streets by these 2 brothers, because both of these brothers are working 2 shows. Both of them are doing, holding it down. First up is 2 shows. Flagrant Pod, Why Not Sports. I had the pleasure of being on both of these. The big dog, the homie D-Murph. What's happening, player?
What up? Above the Rim family. What up, Jay? Appreciate you having me, man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to talk some sports with my brothers. Like you said, it's been a minute, so I'm glad to be on again.
For sure. And my other brother checking in out here from Southern Cal. Hosted 2 pods, Open Run, BTG for President.
Vote for him.
And a frequent guest to the Above the Rim penthouse, the homie BTG. What's good, my brother? How you living?
Hey, man, it's 21 championships between me and Murph. I'm just letting you know. That's a lot of championships right there. Like, whatever's after the Hall of Fame, that's where we headed. That's where we're at.
I hear that. 100%. Family, to get in contact with your boy, you can always hit me up. Follow me on Twitter at JustBlaze_513. On IG, it's JustBlaze513. On Facebook, search Above the Rim Podcast. Email the show as well. Above the Rim NBA Podcast. NBApodcast@gmail.com. D-Murph, BTG, let the family know where they can find you, fellas. D-Murph, I'll start off with you. Where can the family find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @DMurph. You can find the show, well, first, Why Not Sports? Talk about the good, bad, and the ugly of sports and how it impacts your everyday life. Then a Flagrant 2, just an open forum for our people to just, be able to be free and speak without no restrictions, man. Been in this game for a few years and glad I can do both, like you said, man, and still be active and relevant in this community. So you can find a podcast wherever you can listen to Above the Rim. You can find Why Not Sports.
Yes, sir.
And the Flagrant.
I hear that. BTG, talk to me. Well, talk to the family, I should say.
At Bailey's are great on all social media platforms. BTG for President, Open Road with BTG, a part of the Red Signage Network. I'm going to drop 50 or I'm going to pass the ball 50 times. So you got to let me know, are you going to be ready? Because I'm the cat that's telling Jimmy Butler to move out the way. Move. I got this.
Got to be ready for the lob. Got to be ready for the lob. Yeah, man, and leave your boy a voicemail as well. I'll play it on the show, 908-718-1592. And speaking of voicemails, family, we got one coming in all the way from Hawaii. Gotta show my man some love. My man is named Don, and we international, baby. Let's say this voicemail so we can speak on it.
Hey, yo, what up, Just? It's your boy Don coming out of Honolulu, Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? So, look, man, I've been listening to the pod for a minute. I just got to address some things I heard y'all say more recently on the pod. First thing is I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure y'all say y'all wasn't feeling the social justice messages on the back of the jerseys. It felt a little empty, you know what I mean? Like the list that they gave them was whack, but I'm over here watching the Trailblazers and Grizzlies game right now, and I'm seeing a lot of different messages on the back of the jerseys that it wasn't in the original list. Like, for one, your boy, your favorite player, that man, Anthony Tolliver. Okay. That man got group economics on the back of his. I don't know what that means, but he's preaching it. So after watching the games, as I'm sure y'all have your thoughts on the back of the jerseys changed any? Has your thoughts on the messages they promoting, has that changed at all, or is it the same? And lastly, I'm gonna wrap this up because it's getting kind of long. I got a cool little copper drop. I'm watching these young Grizzlies, man. They looking like they got it, bruh. Dylan Brooks is looking like a man amongst boys right now. He missed his last couple, but he dogging out here with CJ. So look, my copper drop for y'all is copper drop. The Grizzlies will give the Lakers more of a run for their money than the Trailblazers will if they face them in the playoffs. Copper drop. Let me know.
Shout out to my man Don for leaving that voicemail, showing love, man. Keep those voicemails coming, family. I definitely want to hear what's on your mind. So fellas, let's respond to this, man. So he talked about having the names on the back of the jerseys. There's been a lot going on right now with the NBA in regards to putting the names on the back of the jerseys. We had some drama with Jimmy Butler, who wanted no name on the back of his jersey, and they wouldn't allow him to do that. There's been a lot of players that have certain names such as equality, Black Lives Matter. I see some education reform. I see I Am a Man out there. A lot of different names, different messages that each of the individual players have in regards to the movement. So my man Dom was talking about the last few episodes. I had an episode with Reem and Damo when we were talking about the names in the back, and I wasn't too crazy about it. Like, it's not that I had a problem with it, because I didn't, but I just felt like a little bit they could have been empty symbols, because when we first got the list out, there were a few players that we got the notice out that they would have the names on the back of the jerseys, and there weren't too many players that I was fond of. It was a lot more international players were on the list at first. There was a couple of white players on that list before. So when I saw some of that, I said, I'm not feeling this if it's not a strict, like a message amongst all of the players that they're either all going to do it and make a conscious effort to put the right messages out there. But then also I thought about it, and since I've been watching it the last couple of games, I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer or anything with the names on the back of the jerseys, but on the real, I honestly didn't really notice too many of the messages on the back of the jerseys as I'm watching these games. I mean, maybe I'm tripping for me personally because I don't really look at the back of the jerseys. It's cool. I don't mind it. I like it showing a lot of unity and solidarity, that the message won't be lost. So I respect that. So D-Murph, talk to me. So what are your thoughts on the messages on the back of the players' jerseys?
Initially, I thought, like you said, even before the quote unquote restart, man, a lot of guys said that it didn't feel normal. Yeah. It didn't feel It didn't feel like it was from a sincere place. It was kind of for show. And to be honest with you, man, I can see maybe like a day or a week, but throughout the season, and ultimately it's about Breonna Taylor. Are those cops, arrested? You know what I'm saying? So it's still bigger things that we still keep saying their name, but what type of action
exactly
is actually being done about it? So for me, it's
does
good.
it move you?
Not now. If it was like a weekend or a week, first week from the restart, cool. But now, I know. Yeah, I need justice. I need action. So right now, I haven't seen nothing different though. Have you seen anything different?
Not yet. I mean, I do like that they are spreading the message in a way. They are in the interviews. They're saying Breonna Taylor's name and make sure we get the cops arrested and doing it. But to me, the jerseys are not really doing anything for me personally. But BTG, talk to me. How you feeling about that?
I mess with it. I know. I can understand why a lot of people don't like it because they consider it crumbs, considering what we could be getting. But I'm in the mindset of I need all that. Give me all that. So when I see Tyler Hero and I see Caruso with say her name or Black Lives Matter on the back of their jersey, that means something to me. You know what I mean?
Is it legit though?
Well, but there's other players that don't want to do it. You know what I mean?
There are select few who, LeBron being number one.
Hey, we even had cats that have our same skin color go, bring up the whole flag thing. So, like I said, everybody has their own, they make their own decisions. You know what I mean? So if Bron did force Caruso to do it, that's hell of a leadership right there. We need that. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
But I do see certain players in the league that's white that would go ahead and do it because they grew up around it. They grew up around us. They played with us. You know what I'm saying? From high school to middle to college, they grew up with us, so they know what it is. I'm looking. I ain't gonna lie, though, Murph. I'm side eyeing Becky Hammond. You know what I'm saying? That kind of hurt my heart a little bit, and I feel like Pop stood up next to her because he didn't want her to be out there by herself. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you look at some of the players on the court. I think it's authentic. Is it crumbs? Yes, it is. But at the same time, it's better than not acknowledging it at all.
True indeed. I must admit this though, because I was thinking about it also. Some of those European players that I talked about before, a lot of them are going against their country and their normal customs in regards to kneeling also as well. So I do want to give them applaud for that, for actually, that is showing the sense of unity and showing some solidarity that they are for the cause and they do respect their brothers and their teammates. And no one is above anything. So I do respect that from a lot of the players. So you're probably right. I don't feel like any of them are lying or anything like that, but hey man, like you said, man, it doesn't hurt. It's crumbs, but we want all of it. So I agree with you there. Right. You gotta say anything before we move on, D-Mur?
No.
Cool. So the other part of the voicemail also as well, he was talking about the Grizzlies. So it looks like my man Don's been watching the Grizzlies a lot, and they have impressed the shit out of me. I'm not even gonna lie. John Moran, I've always been a fan. Dylan Brooks has been playing solid.
Dylan Brooks ain't gonna get no love from me. He went to Oregon. I'm sorry. That's just what it is.
Who else? Jaren Jackson over there has been playing phenomenal in the ball.
He's the next up. He's the next up.
My man has been. I forgot who he was giving work to. I think it was Zach Collins. He was working the whole game when he was playing the Blazers.
He's the next up.
Yeah, so I got to show him some love. So he said a cop and a drop in. We might as well start off here with this one with his. Bill, I'm gonna start with you because it's most likely going to be against your Lakers, of course. So he said if the Grizzlies stay on and hang on to that 8th seed, would they give more comp than any of those other teams vying for that 8th spot? The Kings, the Blazers, the Spurs, and the Pelicans.
It might be more entertaining, but those other teams that you just said gave us more competition in the regular season. You know what I mean? Even though I think we'll be able to sweep the Kings if we played them, that'd be easy. But I'm much more afraid of some other teams, which we'll get to in a minute. But I think Memphis, whether they was on either side of the conference, they would be entertaining to watch.
I do agree with that because the only thing I feel like the Lakers would have a problem with is, well, obviously would be John Morant because the Lakers do have a problem, I feel like, with quick guards. right at the current moment. So, and obviously, Ja's a showstopper, quick guard, attacking the basket at all times. So it would be a solid challenge, but I don't know. D-Murph, talk to me. How you feeling about Memphis going up against LA?
Very entertaining, man. I will watch it. Especially with my Spurs not being as entertaining, people would love to see entertainment. You know what I mean? And
I love how no one's talking about your Spurs, by the way.
I know you see. I had to throw them in there. You know what I'm saying? Right now, they're actually 2-0. They about to be 3-0 against the 76ers. Memphis right now are losing against the Pelicans. So my point is, entertainment-wise, the Grizzlies now get them 2 or 3 years with that same team with a few problems. My. Them Grizzlies gonna be tough.
Problem. And Winslow's not even playing yet, too.
Yep, from Miami. Yep.
They are definitely going to be. But I am very impressed with the Grizzlies, man. To me, honestly, in real quick about that rookie of the year race, I don't see why, to me personally,
there's no race.
There's no race to me. It's Ja, and that's it. I don't care.
Period.
Zion with his 19 games, that's not enough.
I agree, but slightly, I would agree with that. It should definitely go to him. But I think it was always a 3-headed race, because I had a cat up there. He came in third though, but he was definitely up there.
None?
No, I didn't have none up there at all. I have none in my top 5 rookies.
I got none in my top 3.
The other guy plays on this team. Yeah.
Oh, you going with Hero or Robinson? Hero
at the 3.
You see what's crazy? You could play Hero, Duncan Robinson, or none in that top, because Robinson is top 3 in the league in threes as a rookie too. And I'm like,
yeah.
Pat, he doing his homework, man. I'll tell you that.
But why are we giving Zion props for having a streak though? Like, that's not quote unquote for the year. That's the media. That for the year.
19 games is not enough, fellas. I mean, what do you average? 23-6, I believe, in those 19 games. Well, 20 games now since he played, but he only playing 15 minutes, which is crazy, by the way. They holding that young man back, which I don't like. But that's not enough. Maybe if he played the whole season, honestly, I still would give it to Ja. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Facts.
That's just me. But so let's get to the real copping or dropping right now. So copping or dropping, I'm throwing out 3 hot takes, opinions at random. The fellas agree or disagree if they copping or dropping. And Bail, I'm gonna start you off with this one, man. Copping or dropping this take. The Philadelphia 76ers are the biggest fool's gold team in the bubble. Copping or dropping. Fool's gold meaning that they look pretty on paper, but not on the hardwood, and you just don't believe in them. Philly lost to the Pacers this weekend in a very important game in regards to seeding. They got worked by TJ Warren, dropped 53 on them. 50 Trey. Joel Embiid had 41 and 21, but they lost, and now they lost the tiebreaker to the Pacers, which is why that game was important. So it looks like the Sixers are probably going to have to stay in that 6th seed most likely. And also Shake Milton, Joel Embiid got into it. I don't know if y'all saw that during the game. They had to separate them. Ben Simmons is now starting at the 4. We don't know how that's working out yet. It's a little sus. Horford is off the bench. So BTGL, is Philly copping or dropping this take? Philly is the biggest fool's gold team in the NBA bubble.
Man, I'm copping that. Matter of fact, let me get 3 of those. Let me get the Concords, and let me get the grade 11 6, because I'm copping all of that. I'm copping all of that. I'm actually disappointed.
In Philly, talk to me. Why is that?
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in Philly because I feel like even though their coach has a bad rep, he's still there. They got to work with it. You know what I mean? And then there are 2 star players. As you can see, they put them at the 1, they put them at the 3, they put them at the 4.
All over.
They don't know where to put them at.
Inconsistent. Exactly. Yeah.
And they just can't figure it out. You know what I mean? I understand that you're led by a coach, but as a leader of the team, y'all got to come to the table and say, look, this is what's best for the team.
Wait, who's the leader?
That's the problem. They ain't even got a leader.
I don't know. You said the leader. Who the hell is the leader? I would.
Al Horford.
I would say Al Horford is the locker room guy, but I mean, you need your 2-star players to come to the table and say what works best for them.
They don't.
I agree. Talk to me, D-Murph. Copping or dropping that take? Philly's the biggest fool's gold team in the NBA bubble.
Definitely a cop, man. It's about the Grizzlies, how far it's entertaining. They're entertaining, though, because Ben Simmons will do his thing. Joel Embiid, he will do his thing, 40 and 20. But as a collective unit, they don't make it work, man. And it's disappointing, man, to have that much talent to not be able to produce wins on a consistent basis. It is definitely disappointing.
And I think more so of their games is their personalities don't mesh.
No, they don't.
Like Ben Simmons' personality is just not a good personality for Embiid. And I don't know. I think they respect each other professionally.
Yes.
But personally, I don't know if they really bang with each other like that. I don't get that vibe from them.
I don't think they respect each other on the court either.
Nah.
Because they just had a fight. They just had a fight with each other.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that just shows the leadership that's not there. You can tell the difference when your actual star is yelling at you. It's for a reason.
Beefing.
You know what I'm saying? But that type of engagement, it seemed like they not on the same page.
Yeah, facts.
They are a tough unit to watch. I'm not gonna lie. They do frustrate me because they should be so much better. But then again, I didn't like the Al Horford signing anyway. So, Brandon, they might have to go back to the drawing board. And I wouldn't be surprised if they get knocked out in the first round. I'll tell you that. I won't be surprised at all. But you know what? With that being said, I'm actually going to drop this, fellas. I don't think they're the biggest Fool's Gold team. I think they're the second biggest because my first biggest Fool's Gold team is the Utah Jazz. I think the Utah Jazz is just biggest Fool's Gold. I know they might.
That's a good comparison.
Yeah,
That's good.
They might finish with home court advantage, either 4th or 5th seed. But I think 100% Utah's getting knocked out in the first round. I don't care who they play. I think
they play the Lakers tonight.
Yeah, they play us tonight. But I think that's a perfect. I think it's a 1A, 1B because I see the same situation.
Yep.
When you look at that roster, who would you consider the main two cats? You know, you got Spider, and then you got Rudy, right?
Yep.
And you know they don't get along.
Nope.
And that's a tough number 2.
Well, they word on the street is Donovan planning on going somewhere anyway after this season.
Wait, when is he a free agent? This year? Not this season. Or next year?
Yeah, but he gonna opt out. He can, he
gonna opt out. And even if they do get rid of Rudy, like to keep him, I think it might be a time for a different change. Man.
No, I think Spider gonna leave. I think Spider gonna leave.
That'll be interesting. It will be solid to see him on another roster. I'm not even gonna lie. That would be.
You know who Spider reminds me of? Jimmy Butler. He's still in the middle. Maybe a leader, but good enough to where you force him to be that leader. He's in my opinion.
Yeah, he got
to do some damage in the playoffs.
Yeah, but he gets frustrated a lot too. But he is a young player. But we'll see. We'll see what he does this year. Because if they get beat by a team like the Mavericks, that shit is unacceptable.
The Mavericks are tough.
They are, but I don't feel like they should beat the Jazz in a series. The Mavericks to me are just young, but the Mavericks are tough. I'm not gonna lie.
I think the Mavericks is a better team than
that's all
Utah.
But did you think that before the bubble or since the bubble?
Oh, I haven't had faith in Utah since for a while.
So y'all were high on the Mavericks. I was never a big fan of the Mavericks. But
I was never a big fan of the Mavericks, but I noticed how like their team has always been dangerous, at least to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, as far as them being a top tier team in the West, no, but it's just like the Kings or it's just like Phoenix. They will catch you slipping a couple of times during the season.
They will.
And they have a better roster than both of those teams.
Yes, they do. I think the Mavericks will definitely take a couple of games in the playoff series.
Think about it. Tim Hardaway Jr., Porzingis, Luka, the other guard,
Seth Curry.
Yeah. And Trey Burke.
Trey Burke, too. You see? Oh, back to Philly. That's where they messed up. Letting go of Trey Burke also. He was a solid point guard that could have moved Ben Simmons to the floor. They had him there for crumbs, and he let him go.
Yeah.
So they messed up there.
And they drafted Fultz.
Yep.
Let him.
And let him go, too.
Yeah.
Next copping to drop, and we got to talk about the Rockets a little bit because they've been in the news this weekend, man. H-Town. So I know your boy is also an H-Town guy. What's his name? Turn Up Row.
Yeah, turn up.
So the Rockets have gone 2-0 thus far in the bubble. They beat the Mavs. They beat the Bucks in a solid game. Harden has been on the tear in the first game. The second game, he played kind of so-so, but smarter basketball.
Foul trouble. Yeah.
Foul trouble. Russ played much smarter basketball in these last two games. So, D. Murph, I'm going to start with you, man.
I'll take it.
James Harden has the most pressure of any superstar in the league to perform in this bubble. The most pressure is James Harden. Copping or dropping this tape?
No, sir. I'm definitely dropping that. LeBron James has the most pressure.
Tell me why. Talk to me.
First of all, James Harden, I guess because his personality. He just like, hey, I'm going to still drop 40. Win or lose, y'all know I'm one of the best, if not the best, offensive arsenal the league has ever seen. He's going to stay consistent. He's going to do his thing. So championship or bust, Harden, in my opinion, is just, like you said, a superstar. But LeBron James, championship. When you think of the Lakers, BTG, you can definitely add to this. We got to win. LeBron James has to win his championship because he got the ghost of LeBron, Kobe, the ghost or the spirit of Mike when it comes to them rings.
Don't forget that year he took off last year too. That sabbatical he took off.
So it's definitely a drop for me, man. I think LeBron and my personal pressure.
BTG, talk to me. Copping or dropping?
Hey, you know when you what is it called when you copy off of somebody's paper in class? That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna say Bron for the same reason. I'm just gonna erase and just add some stuff. Harden still has more time to submit his legacy. He has much more time.
How much?
LeBron has a very small one. I mean, technically he got about a solid
5 to 10 years.
Cool, Jay.
Hey,
he's a shooter. Dude, you could be 40 and still be able to shoot that.
The most defense he's played this season was in the last game against Milwaukee.
It was. He played great.
So he's saving his legs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So even if he only had 2 or 3 more years more than Bron, he still has more time to get it done.
Fair.
Bron has a very small window, right? Not only that, he's in a Laker jersey. So he has to get it done with those guys across the court. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't want to be a part of a legacy that gave the Clippers a championship or 2. So he has the most pressure. You know what I mean?
So you think it makes a difference who wins the chip if LeBron doesn't? Like, say for instance, if the Bucks win and clearly LeBron doesn't, is it different for him or his legacy? Or
it is.
If the Clippers
it
win?
is. What have we always said? That he couldn't make it in the West. And if he let the Bucks win or if he let the Clippers win, that just solidifies it. Because they just now added Houston into that top tier because of what they've done in the bubble. But honestly, throughout the whole season, it's been 3 teams. It's been the 2 LA teams and the Bucks.
Yeah.
So is either going to be you win West and you let another cat win the East, or you win West and you couldn't hold it down. That's how they're going to look at it.
That's true. But I agree with y'all. On all those points. I definitely think LeBron definitely has the most pressure on him in the bubble. But to play devil's advocate, though, I feel like y'all are low key, not giving enough to James, like enough pressure on him, because I feel like he's got to make some noise in this bubble, man. Because if you
also got to rank it though. Like after
I think
Bron,
it's about even to me.
As much as I hate the Clippers, I expect them to be more competitive than any other team.
That's what I'm about to say. What about the Clippers? I put them above.
But you see what y'all just said? You just said a team. I said individual player.
Kawhi Leonard.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And this is a moment I want to talk to all those behind the in the closet Clipper fans. Remember when y'all was hating on PG, calling themselves playoff P? So all of a sudden, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear no playoff P.
Or doesn't show up.
No, it doesn't matter. You earn your nickname.
It doesn't.
You know what I'm saying? If they was dogging him on Twitter for that nickname, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
He's got to perform too.
That's the thing though. Now you're next to a guy who won on both sides of the conference, Finals MVP, You have no excuse. And we know when PG-13 go off, he goes off.
We know that. And he's gotten a lot better. But you see, why I feel like y'all are actually minimizing the pressure with Harden, because we was not talking about a scoring. We know that's buckets all day. But for me personally, it's him coming up in big time moments. Like, I feel like he has a slight ability sometimes to fade away, like during big playoff games when
Trust me, Ginobili blocked his shot. Trust. I mean, I'm not saying I'm agreeing with you, but
Ginobili a Hall of Famer too. Ginobili a Hall of Famer.
Thank you, by the way.
So this is the thing, though. If he loses this year, you got to give him a pass. Look who he got to go through.
That's what I'm about to say.
Bro, nah, we can't.
Look who we got to go through.
Right now, it's a 2-star league, though. They got enough talent to win. You can't say the Rockets don't have enough right now. They have 2 MVP caliber players.
They too small in the paint, though.
To beat the Lakers and the Clippers? Okay, no, that's not their fault. That's the front office fault.
Front office, yeah, but you don't think Harden signed off on the deal to trade away Clint?
I don't think Harden cares. He gonna score regardless.
Yes, but it's true. But to me, that's my problem with him, that he cares more about scoring than winning. It's about winning right now.
Okay, so he got to get there. He ain't got there yet.
Yeah,
bro, 30 years old.
Okay, hey,
31.
Look,
how many years?
We can name some cats who didn't win their first championship until after they was 30.
True indeed.
So they play. They are probably one of the biggest threats in the West. I give them that. Ain't nobody beating those 2 LA teams, and I'm giving a lot of love to these Clippers right now because I'm involved in them.
That is true, but
forcing me to give them love.
But I would say this though: to me, it's not more about the success. Like, I don't feel like he has to win a championship. Me, more so with James Harden, is about his individual performance. Like, will he play well in every single game? To me, Harden can't get shut down. If it's a 7-game series, he can't get shut down in 3 out of 7 or 4 out of 7. To me, we
haven't shut him down. I don't think nobody on the Clippers can shut him down. So yeah, I give you that, because it's all.
Still, remember, he might shut down himself.
Yeah, that's the thing. If he shut down himself, let's slander away. But at the same time, he's not getting past those 2 teams. Now, I will say this: if he gets past those 2 teams,
I'm gonna give him some love.
He don't get him. No, I'm not gonna give him love yet, because I don't think no team from the East should be able to beat those 3 teams. So he gotta win the championship. If you get through that, you get through that gauntlet. You gotta win.
Question.
I agree there. I definitely agree there. So we gonna see, man. Last one, Copper to dropping. So in the news, a couple of rappers trying to make some attempts at the NBA. We heard some news over the weekend. Master P said that J. Cole is training and attempting to make an NBA roster for next season, which is solid news. It's a surprise, but not too much of a surprise for me, because I honestly knew that J. Cole could ball. He does a lot of those runs with Melo and his crew in the city with C. Brickley, and he's got some game, man. So actually, I don't know if y'all fellas saw this also as well, that the Detroit Pistons said something to J. Cole. They put a memo out that if he wants to try out for them, he definitely has an open tryout for the Pistons, and they would seriously consider him for a roster spot next year. So when I was thinking about a couple of rappers that are solid ballers, I started thinking of a few people. So I was thinking about Master P. Everybody knows about Master P. He's one of the originals that could actually ball.
Make him say, oh. Yeah.
Exactly. He actually played for the Raptors and he tried out for the Hornets. And I was thinking of some rappers. They had Lil B. I don't know if y'all know Lil B. Lil B tried out for the Warriors G League team.
Lil B can hoop. He can hoop.
Who else we have? Quavo can hoop.
Quavo.
Is a rapper.
I seen him. He look a little stiff. I'll lock that up. There you go.
The Game also as well is a rapper who can play
LA Confidential.
Yeah. Chris Brown also is also an artist that can
I played against Chris Brown before.
He could hoop. Yeah,
he could definitely hoop.
2 Chainz also as well, low-key could hoop. I don't know if people know that. He played D1 actually at Alabama State, I believe. Mm-hmm. He played also slept on in the streets. Killer Cameron Giles.
Killer Cam.
Forgot my son was balling out here in New York City in the early 90s.
You got to throw David Banner in there too.
David Banner too. Mace also as well. Stally.
Romeo.
Wow. Romeo. Look, wait, didn't Romeo? He was on a USC balling, right?
USC with OJ Mayo.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Oh man.
Stally also as well in Ohio. So copping or dropping this take. BTG, I'm going to start with you. Copping or dropping. J. Cole is the best baller rapper of all time.
Absolutely not. Master P actually played in the game. It was killing. With confidence. Hey, y'all better start. We don't talk a lot about Percy Miller being on Mount Rushmore. We don't, and it's disappointing because my guy did a lot for the culture. So no, and until he gets invited to an actual training camp or the summer league, I can't even have him in my top 5.
Well, how many actually did get invited? Only a few though. Well, I don't know who really. Maybe.
Well, I mean, you don't have to. Well, P almost made it. Yeah. Quavo actually plays against these cats in the off season. You know, a lot of these cats have private, workouts and stuff like that. And
but Cole does too, though.
I need to see it though.
Well, we see that he had one video. I've seen 2 videos in with Brickley.
See, Brickley's don't count. Those don't count. I don't care if you shoot around. Hey,
wait, we not counting those?
Hey, shout out to my boy Syer. If it ain't no defense, I don't care.
So you don't think Coworker hoop? D Murphy, Coworker, can he hoop?
He got the fundamentals, but not for NBA. It's a difference, man. It's a difference. We ball, we hoop. You the point guard, Jay, and BTG is the combo guard, and me, I'm the big man. He is a fundamental player, and I don't think is league worthy, man.
And how tall is he? 6'5"?
I think he's like 6'2".
Yeah, I'm about to say 6'1", 6'2".
Oh, see, now that's automatic point guard. Yeah.
I mean, I saw him hitting a couple of jumpers. I did see that. But like you said, the defense was definitely suspect in those open runs.
You going against the Westbrook, CP3 stuff? No, man.
So he can't make a roster.
No.
He can make the summer league roster
all day long.
But
like you said, Master P, who played high school ball, who went to get a scholarship at the University of Houston, and he had the opportunity to make an official roster for the start of the season.
And he showed out.
Jersey. He actually made it to get a jersey.
Come on, dog. With Miller, number 15
Come on, man.
On the back.
Yep.
I'm giving
I'm not. It's definitely a drop.
But low key slept on Killer Cameron. I think he probably might be the second best rapper baller to me. I might give it to him. Maybe might throw 2 Chainz to the game in there, sliding number 3 could be, but it's a tough one. So family, so let's talk some Lakers talk.
Oh wait, so Blast, we can't forget about Brian McKnight. I'm not gonna do that.
Brian McKnight.
I forgot about him actually.
We're not about to do that. At UCLA, I ain't gonna lie, he gave BTG buckets. Absolute buckets.
He played in a few of those celebrity games, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but the UCLA runs that's the camera. Ain't no cameras in there, so it ain't no Brian McKnight. That's B Knight right there.
Not Brevin Knight.
I was about to say we don't know Brevin. We don't know Brevin no more.
Yeah,
Brian,
he killing. Ain't no singing up in there.
We gotta show him some love, man. So let's talk about some Lakers, man, because they've been in the news obviously as well.
Talk about it.
Let's talk about it, man. So they did a good job against the Clippers in game one. They beat them, but they did a poor job. Without Lou, they did a poor job executing against the Raptors the other night when the Raptors beat them. I feel like they kind of allowed the Raptors to out-hustle them. Even though they played okay all game, AD had a bad night. LeBron played solid. But we got to talk about LBJ, so let's do that now. Most importantly, after these couple games, I've been seeing on these Twitter streets that LeBron's defense is getting a lot of love right now in these last couple of days. We saw BTG, we saw Dev go as far as to say Miami Heat LeBron defense. I saw a couple of those tweets going out there. He has been looking energized. He locked up Kawhi and PG for that last possession of that game, so he's getting a lot of love for that. No wine on the bench lately, so he's been real energized, ready to go. So with that being said, since it's your squad, BGG, I'm going to start with you. Has LeBron turned a corner when it comes to this defense? And can we start calling him LeGlove or what? What's going on? Has he turned a corner with the defense?
Yeah, we need to relax because, like, bro, I'm 37. I'm 37, bro. I could lock some shit down for a very small portion of the game. Okay, after that, sub. You know what I mean? So, in other words, what I'm saying is, honestly, when it comes to the Lakers and the Clippers, I don't really think they care to play right now. I think they got up against each other because it was the first matchup. And I think the Clippers are going to exercise all their players to see how they're going to move their pieces, and we're doing the same thing. But I don't think they really care. I think they have moments they show that they can step up and do like that and play like that. But, like, for example, the Toronto game, we had the chance to actually win that game. I don't think they wanted to play hard. I think those two teams. No, I think some of these teams want to just get to the playoffs. Honestly,
Fair.
You know what I mean? And I get that because you don't want to. You see what happened in Orlando. You don't want to get any injuries. You know what I mean? So that little. Bron showed what he can do in important moments, and that's we always ask for that out of Bron, is that you show up in important moments. So he had that one possession where he locked up Kawhi and he switched to PG, and in the third or second quarter they would have called that foul. But they didn't. They let that go. That was still good defense, but I feel like, there's a such thing as ticky-tack fouls. I felt like they would have called that if it wouldn't have been the last shot of the game.
He had a little body on him. Yeah, he did body
a little bit. But I like I said, I think Bron has to show that in the playoffs in certain moments. That's not Miami at all, because I'm pretty sure he slept well that night.
Yeah, for sure.
Would you say no cramps at all after the fact?
Yeah, he tired.
100%. D Murph, talk to me. You feel like he's turned a corner, or it's for a couple of possessions, or he getting too much love for this defense? What are you thinking?
Hey man, it's too much love, man.
He's getting a lot of it.
Man, dog, if you telling me in this bubble I got 2 or 3 months solid to play my best ball to win a championship with the current roster I have because AD might leave, I can turn it up like BTG said. It's situational. It's situational ball where I'm going to turn it up a notch offensively or defensively.
I agree, because I think he's definitely getting way too much love for a couple of possessions of defense. I mean, he's looked a little bit more energetic, so I give him that. But to me,
no doubt. I'm not taking away nothing from LeBron.
But
from
it's the first 2 games, though.
Yeah. Shit, James Harden been playing defense. He locked up Giannis the last minute a couple of times. But hey, I'm just throwing it out there.
Everybody's energized right now. Everybody's energized and shit. So I don't know about this. I need to see a few more games before I start giving him some defensive stopper points.
Absolutely.
I'll go even further. I don't care for the rest of the season if he do it. Just show that in the playoffs. Probably not even in the first round. I need second round and up.
Yeah.
So I'll be waiting on that.
If I could see LeBron really pick up somebody for an entire game, then maybe I'll give him that kind of credit at this stage. But I don't believe he would ever do that at this stage for an entire game.
You know what? I can't name you, including Kawhi. I don't think there's a player that can guard one player the whole game.
No professional. No, not like that. No,
not that has to score. Also, I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Even with Kawhi, because he has injuries that he's dealing with. You know what I mean? PG-13 defense. The last time he played efficient defense was when he was in a Pacers jersey against Bron in that Miami jersey.
When he played off at 2-way.
No, he could take that shot against Dame Lillard. He just made it.
But no, I don't think these cats got too much offensive skills for them to play them the whole game. That's why they are going to rotate against Bron and AG. That's why we have to rotate against Kawhi and PG-13, because it's an impossible task.
It is. And while we're on the topic of defense with those Lakers,
can I ask a question right quick though, Jay, before we continue?
Go ahead.
Don't you think we're putting too much pressure on LeBron because he is 17 years in the league? Clearly against the Raptors, when he set out, that's when the Raptors took over.
Yeah,
right. So he might be. Look what he did last year. He led the league in minutes played.
I get where you're coming from. But
come on, big dog. So I'm just saying,
Murph, when you put on that Laker jersey and you are who you are, he's LeBron though. Okay. If this was a PG-13 and AD team, there's not much pressure there. There's pressure, but not as much pressure. But when you Bron or if Kawhi had came over there, it's the same thing, bro. You just won twice on both sides. We need this ASAP.
But also too, why I'm a little worried about it, because I can't front. I feel like right now, since we have been seeing a re-energized LeBron so early, you guys don't get any worry that he might be worn out a little bit too early, maybe a couple games.
Well, yeah, that's why I said I don't think he cares to play these 8 games. You know, I think he wants to save it. Though. Yeah, but that Toronto game was like we were just there. That's what it felt like.
I don't feel like you giving Toronto. I actually think they beat y'all low key.
No, I think
the Lakers could have won that game.
I think Toronto could be the second or third best team in the East. But what I'm saying is, when the Lakers turn it on, we should be able to beat Toronto. And I don't think they really care. I really don't. I think when it comes to the last, 3 teams in the West or the last 3 teams in the East, those cats got a lot to play for.
I don't know, bro. I kind of disagree on the part that you think they don't care, because I think they do care.
You just said they got a Lakers jersey, so the pressure.
They just
but the difference between the regular season, they got 8 games to play.
Michael Jordan didn't care.
Michael Jordan different. Jeffrey different. Jeffrey, you cannot say hi to Jeffrey the night before and he's gonna take that personal.
We would never say that he's not taking the game seriously. We would never say something like that.
But the regular season, bro, this is a different season. This is a different type of season.
True.
And those 8 games, I really believe that if it wasn't for it being somewhat close in the West for that 8th seed, they would have just went straight to the playoffs.
Well, yeah, I hear that too, but I do feel like the Raptors did kind of beat them in that game, but I also, in regards to like the LeBron might be wearing down, maybe not yet wearing down, but I'm saying just kind of early that he's playing so many minutes, because now he has a lot more responsibility, which is crazy to me that he has more responsibility and now later on in age. But to me, I feel like young ass Anunoby, he wore him out. I feel like he was picking him up full court the whole game. He was bumping him. He was running on him. He was kind of wearing him out a little bit. So those were some young legs, and the Raptors, they kept throwing extra bodies at LeBron, extra bodies at AD, forcing the others to make plays. But I feel like his responsibility now, because he has to play full-time point guard, basically, I think might be a little bit of a problem for the Lakers. I'm a little worried, man, because y'all gonna be playing good teams. There's no really, other than the bottom tier West teams, when we get to playoffs, there's no scrubs at all. So he's got to D up and play point guard full time and score 20 plus. To me,
well, that's why we got KCP, baby. And if he needs that bracelet on his ankle again to play better, then let's do it. Let's do it.
So a lot going into this year. Frank Vogel was saying that the Lakers are going to be playing a lot differently. They said they're going to be playing a lot more through AD. But like we saw, game 1, we saw AD. I believe he had 30 or 31 or something like that against the Clippers. But then in game 2, it was a totally different AD we saw. He only took 7 shots against the Raptors. 7 shots to me against a worse team, I would say, is the Raptors. Just as good defensive team, but an elite team nonetheless, because they are second in the East, so they are an elite team. But he only took 7 shots to me was a problem, scored 14 points. And I was thinking that the game plan, especially coming into this bubble, was to feature AD all day, every day. That was to be the number 1 game plan. But to me, it doesn't really look like he's being featured as much as I think he should be, especially in that Raptors game. And you see, it was a loss. So, D-Murph, when you looking at this Laker team right now, do you think they playing the right way, or do you feel like they should be running through AD a lot more?
Just like I said a few minutes ago, you are the point guard. BTG is the combo guard. I'm the big man. It takes time to get back into game form. It's going to take some time. That's why they doing the 8 games before the playoffs instead of just putting them right out there and continuing where they left off straight to the playoffs. It takes time. When the playoff time comes, AD will get them touches. LeBron will make sure of that. And then them shooters, Dion Waiters, which you said was the 3rd best player on the Lakers.
We about to talk about that. That's coming up next.
Caruso, as BTG like to say, we still got Dwight and JaVale McGee, man. I think the Lakers, they definitely gonna make a noise. However, I do think their age and limited young athletic ability. Kuzma, I don't know which Kuzma gonna show up. Is it be the Kuzma that gonna play as if he was a rookie, or the guy that now he has some notoriety? It's kind of like, I know who people know who I am.
Hollywood Kuz. Hollywood Kuz. BTG, are they playing through AD? Would you rather them play more through AD? How you feeling about the game plan?
It could be to throw the opponent off, but yeah, I mean, it would be smart to go through AD. I don't see no issue with it. I think the whole total game plan is going to change once the playoffs start, though. You know what I mean? So that's what. How
could it change though?
LeBron.
I don't even think our lineup is set yet. You know what I mean? I think between KCP. And then we got Mr. Hennessy on the bench. You know what I mean? And we got Mr.
minutes, by the way.
Right. So
the playoffs, to BTG's point.
That's what I'm saying. I think they saving this. They saving it. And even like right now, any of these teams can come out. The Bucks, even though they really have to, the Bucks can say we're going to go through Giannis. Well, duh, we know because there's nobody else to go to. Yeah, true. You know what I mean? But at the same, if he had a complimentary player that was dangerous, of course I would just throw out, we might just go through this guy instead of going through Giannis and try something different. Because that might throw off somebody. Well, let's game plan for him. And then they switch the whole offense. So
and Jason Kidd is an assistant coach that he liked to hold off and pull strings like that. Yeah, I believe J.R. Smith is being saved, similar to what my Spurs would do, like they did Ori for the playoff.
So do you think? So you think it's a matter of game plan? You don't think it's a matter of at all of AD? Not that he doesn't want it, or for him, I would say maybe he should be a little bit more aggressive getting ball. Do you think that may be the issue at all, or it's just a game plan issue?
It depends on how they game plan it. You don't know if they're gonna give him the rock facing up or to the basket.
Was he trying to get it against the Raptors?
It's about the matchup. I was going to say
again. I'm going with this conspiracy. They don't want to really play. They don't. And you know what? I don't want to take it. I don't want to take anything away from Toronto, because if you switch the games around and we play Toronto first, we'll still lose that because we probably preparing to play the Clippers.
So you feel like the Lakers are not getting up for every team?
No, they just said that. You know, Sports Center, the first one. I can't even think of the show name.
Who's that?
First Take. They're going to flip flop every day. But they just said, was this a statement game against the Clippers? And then all of a sudden we lose to Toronto, and then we have an issue.
Yeah. So it's like you know those.
But that's what I'm saying. Even if you flip it around, we lose to Toronto, and then we turn around and beat the Clippers. I mean, I think we just got up for the Clippers, and then that's it. You know, we do have some important games after that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like, let's just pay attention to the game tonight and see how we do against Utah.
Okay. See, to me, with a team like Utah right now, they should be playing Laker basketball against a team like Utah. Even though Utah is a great defensive team nonetheless, but they still should be able to execute the right game plan, which is featuring AD. Because, I asked this to Manny last episode, Manny and Erica, if AD has to be the best player. In regards to scoring, the best Laker team that they can be, does it have to be AD as the leading scorer, most touches, most shots, or should it be LeBron with the most touches, most shots, leading scorer, and obviously leading the team in assists, because we know what he will do?
Bron has to be the best.
Yeah.
Because Bron is going to spark them up.
Yeah.
AD can go for 40 and Bron can have 18.
And have 18, 10, and 13.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't need that because we're gonna lose. So I need Bron to go out there and give me 30, 35, and that's gonna force AD to step up. The spotlight is on you.
I agree. See, when I was thinking about it, I felt like AD, he can still get his 25, but there are times where he'll get a 25 and it'll be a quiet 25.
Yeah, the quiet, yeah.
It'd be too quiet for my taste. But somebody like AD in this Lakers squad, he has to make an impact. Like, it has to be an impact 20. A few dunks, couple of threes. Like, in that Clipper game, you saw that. He had some impact baskets. He was facing up. He hit some threes, and he's got to do a lot more of that. To me, I think he's got to do that shit from early. That's what I think is the difference with AD. I feel like
his success also depends on his success also depends on the third best player, which I would get to next.
Let's get to that right now. Let's get to. So I caused up a little bit of a stir on Twitter. There was a couple of people who had texted me about that, telling me that I'm crazy, I'm bugging out. But listen,
I like that. I like that you said that though.
Yeah, I said it. I was watching. What game was I was watching? That was a Clipper night, right? Was it?
Yeah, it was a Clipper night.
Yeah, it was
Deion Waiters was
doing this thing in the Clipper night, right? So I tweeted that Deion Waiters is the third best player on the Lakers. No cap. I ended at the end of that.
And I responded with the emoji with the thinking head.
You sure did. So a couple of people were like, nah, I'm bugging. A couple of people agreed with me. A couple of people thought I was crazy. BTG chimed in. CL chimed in. A couple of brothers chimed in. And to me, I think Deion Waiters is the third best player. And I'm saying that because Kuz to me, not reliable enough. Who else? So even in the running as a third player.
Caruso.
Stop it. This guy cannot be the third best player on the team. I will never. I can't go for that, but I do like me some Caruso. So I must say that now because I've been known as a Caruso hater or whatever. I'm not hating on him, man. I got to show him some love. He has been playing a lot better. I've been watching him in the bubble, and he's got some great defense, good size, good athletic ability. And he's a smart player, which I like. He does a lot of good rotations, so I got to give him some love. But to me, I think Waiters is the undisputed third best player of the Lakers, which is hard because everyone has deficiencies about them in that third role.
So he just come to the Lakers in a third best like that?
That's why it's crazy to me. That's why I feel like the Lakers have a low-key slight problem because you can't even fully trust three people. You can trust two guys on the Lakers, but that third one, boy, I don't know. I think you could trust Deion. I know you could trust Deion to put it up.
Yeah, he gonna let that puppet fly.
That's what I'm saying. BTG, talk to me. Who you think is the Lakers' third best player?
There is no single third best player. I think collective, I think Danny Green is just important as Dwight Howard. You know what I mean? I think Waiters is probably one of the most talented guards that we have. But you got to remember, J.R. Smith has had way much better games than him.
More
on different
squads too.
More exactly, but my thing is he has had those opportunities where he has played against superstar alongside Melo, alongside Bron. So he has also shined. He has made his own lane. Deion Waiters, he has the talent. He can be better than everybody else on the team under those two, but right now, no. I think collectively, the role
you
players.
Choose one. If you had to choose one,
if I had to choose one, I would say KCP.
Wow, what?
I would say KCP.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. I am shocked. KCP.
He's not even a consistent starting lineup.
He's more consistent than the two guys that's supposed to have it, which is Danny Green and Kuz.
Pelican Bay? Wow.
Yeah.
I am shocked. I must say, Bella, I am shocked. KCP to you is the third most important player on the league. Well, third best, I should say. Wow.
Right now, yeah.
Wow, that is interesting. D-Murph, talk to me. Who you got as third best, man? Wow,
I'm being biased. Go Spurs, go championship experience. Saving him for the playoffs. Saving him for the defensively.
Oh, he must be saving himself because he had donut last game.
Again, saving. You just said I'm not going to base one game to determine if he's the third best player.
So you can say that for KCP then. I'm just saying. I'm with you because I want DG3 to go off. We need that. But KCP can do more than DG3.
Before the bubble, especially, I was always saying KCP. Who gonna show up? Is he gonna shoot air balls, or is he even gonna take the wide open shot, or is he gonna pass it to whoever just because he don't like? Is
But you know what's crazy? I don't feel like Laker Nation really likes KCP like that.
I don't think
it's the only person that we really didn't like on it is really nobody that we really didn't like. We just hard on our players like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
But
We ain't
KCP was
saying
doing a few dumb things on the court, though. Let's be fair.
Oh.
And just like anybody, it's just like any fan of their team, they're going to criticize their players. We're just a little bit more rough because we have higher expectations. We expect you to do this. Not only that, though, we expect Bron teammates to step up. Since he's a facilitator, I need those guys to step up.
That's what's gonna hurt them, man.
So you think in the playoffs and in the next, we'll take away the seeding games because we really know the Lakers are gonna finish first. When we get to the playoffs, so you think in the playoffs, you said Danny Green you think is gonna be third most valuable for you, Murph, and you think in the playoffs, KCP is gonna be the third most BCG in the playoffs too?
What I'm saying, I hope we're both right. I hope we're both right.
Okay. So to me, I'm crazy for thinking Dion Waiters. Basically, I'm crazy.
No, because I know Dion Waiters' game, but what I'm saying is he only got 2 games in with us.
I know. I'm jumping out the wood, but you know what's crazy?
If you're saying talent wise, that's a whole totally different story.
He's valuable, yo. That's how far I'm going with this.
He's valuable to the team overall. Honestly, we need all our pieces.
True.
We need our 2 other guards back.
How I was thinking is that I feel like when we get down to the playoffs and the postseason, I feel like Dion is going to win y'all like about 3 games.
I hope all 3 of us.
I'll have to say, mentally, if Dion not getting the repetition that he wants, he gonna shut down.
I know. So you don't think he matured? I'm worried about that too as well because I thought
I'm just being transparent. I've seen his game. I've seen him live a few times when either the Spurs or the Rockets. Mentally, if he not in tune with the game or getting his repetitions, he out of there.
But see,
and those edibles in Orlando is weak, so we good.
You know what's crazy? They're not drug testing in the bubble neither. Recreational drugs are, I think, allowed, I believe, or something like that.
It's got to be.
So that's the interesting thing, too.
Family with me. What you expect for me to do?
So we never know. He might not, well, there's no plane ride, so shit, he might not make it out the hotel room next.
Ain't no plane ride, no bus rides.
But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I really like what Dion Waiters is gonna bring to the table with the Lakers. But what's crazy is you see how what we all did for our third best player, we all named a guard. And to me, that's the weird part about the Lakers. Y'all have a lot of guards. There's literally like 7 guards in that rotation that could possibly get quality minutes. And in the playoff time, people are going to be playing higher minutes, 25 minutes tonight off the bench. So if we got to break that down into 4 guards, who are the 4 guards going to be around Bron? Because he's going to play the small forward, but he's playing a de facto point guard. Who would be the top 4 guards to choose? Because you got KCP, you got Green starting. Both of you two said they're the third most valuable. Dion is coming off the bench, but then you either got JR, got Caruso, got Daquan Cook, who should never see the floor.
Come on.
Who else?
Cook is not going to see the floor as much in the playoffs unless there's some foul trouble. But I think Caruso is going to have a lot of run with the first unit, majority of the first unit, and some of the second unit. And I think JR, unless JR spark, if he catch fire, then he's going to bump up. But I think it's going to come down to Dion and KCP and Danny
as the main guard rules. So you think JR is not going to get enough burn? That's going to be interesting.
I think they're dueling for it right now. Like I said, I think those are the same players, Waiters and
they're very redundant.
I think they're the same, but it's who's going to, and even though that Bron he might trust JR a little bit more. Vogel is who's going to produce more, who's going to be more efficient, and both of them are. And JR is streaky, and he made a couple of bonehead mistakes on live TV.
Oh, I guess. But
if you take that away, he could still hoop. You know what I'm saying? He's probably the best ball handler besides Waiters on the team.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, besides Waiters and Bron, yeah. Yeah, I definitely would say so. But you see, those are decisions that they got to make, because I feel like one of those 2 guys can't play 20-something minutes a night. Like, if one of those dudes play 20-something minutes, the other basically got to play 5 or maybe not play at all.
If one plays 20 minutes a game, that means he was getting off. So I think it's going to be situational when it comes to the playoffs. I think they're going to go with the hot hand.
See, D-Murph, you was about to say something before I jump in?
No, you good.
I was saying that might be tough, though, because then you don't know who's going to have the hot hand in the postseason. Because, when it gets to the playoffs, though, brothers like to know when they are playing. Think about that. I need to know when I'm coming in the game. Am I coming in at the 7-minute mark, the 3-minute mark? I'm about to go up to Bron and say, yo, listen, what's this rotation? Either tell me I'm playing or tell me I'm not playing. Because both of those dudes are vets, and Waiters wants to prove himself to get a deal. J.R. Smith just want a hoop because he hyped that he on a roster. Caruso wants to prove himself. Danny Green, you can trust and rely on him. But if he's not hitting those threes, he might be a waste of time on that floor. KCP, same thing. If he's not hitting his threes, he might be a waste of time. If them two are not hitting, then we losing. You pulling them quick?
It just depends. It depends. Those are two guards that's going to start. But I'm saying, how fast are you going to snatch them? I don't think you have to snatch them that fast, and I think it depends on who. Who we playing against? I think it's going to be a lot.
Though. It's
I think when it comes to playing against the Clippers and the Rockets, there's going to be a lot of shuffling. You talking about MLB playoffs where we changing the pitcher every other, like that's what we gonna be doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if we end up playing Memphis, now OKC that's gonna be a different story because they have 3 guards on the floor.
I was getting ready to say the guard rotation.
We got enough guards for that?
Can they guard up though? See, I don't think your guard rotation could hold OKC's guards, Portland's guards, the Rockets guards. Who else? What about can they hold Luka and Steph Curry?
Watch this hot take. They can't guard any of the top guards in the league. That's the thing. Head of fade, it's over. But as far as the team, like we got to play smart, we got to rotate, and never say never. I mean, we just seen Harden punk Giannis, you know what I'm saying, on defense. A couple of plays. Yeah. So it's like it's going to come down to who's going to step up at the moment and what guards we going up against. Ain't nobody stopping Russ. Ain't nobody stopping Luka. Luka is dogging Bron. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's going to come down to the team. Pat Bev been fooling the league for years. No, he not going to be locking nobody down. But at least I know he going to bother somebody.
Yeah, and they don't really have to worry about those Clipper guards as much, to be honest. Only PG, but that's about it.
Let me tell you about Lemon Pepper Lou.
Lemon Pepper Lou too.
He can get those buckets off, but he for sure gonna get some buckets. He for sure gonna get some buckets. Hey, he like Curry. Shout out to my boy Steph. But you got to hide Curry on defense just like you got to hide Lou.
Yeah, that is true. You definitely got to hide Lou on some defense, man.
And now we can hear it. So I'm going to hear cats talking about, yep, he with us.
Yep.
Go at Lou. Go at Lou.
Ice on Lou. Ice on Lou. You go hear a few of those. Really quick, though, in that Laker rotation, man, I must say, less minutes for JaVale McGee. I don't know if I'm the only one thinking this, man, but that brother, listen, y'all might need to start Dwight Howard. Less minutes for JaVale McGee because he makes a couple of bonehead plays, and I'm just not a fan of what he's bringing to the table. I actually feel like he slows y'all down, though.
We need him to start because just for the reason that you just said, I'm not starting Dwight Howard. Because I need him later. I need him later on in the game.
How you start?
If you watch the season before it got shut down, the White will get in foul trouble early, making dumb fouls. I need him late in the third and all of the fourth.
But I agree with you there also. But to me, I would start him because I'm gonna have to force AD to play a little bit of the 5, and you could put Mookin in, Marquise Morris. To me, it's either a decision of Morris or JaVale McGee. Because I feel like one of those brothers can't get big minutes. Because if JaVale is playing, then Mook is going to get like 5 minutes, and he can actually hit a perimeter shot.
But Morris is not a rim protector, and I don't want to get Dwight in foul trouble. Even as boneheaded as he is.
But JaVale saves Dwight from the foul trouble.
But Dwight's not going to be playing that much. If you, because remember, after JaVale comes out, Dwight doesn't come in. AD moves to the 5. Kuz comes in and plays the 4. Or they bring in Markieff Morris and LeBron.
That's the bubble lineup. We talking about playoffs.
Oh, so you don't think that's going to be in the playoffs?
No, sir.
That playoff roster gonna get that playoff. I told you, Cook Cook probably won't even see the playoffs.
So wait, so Morris, no minutes for Morris?
Morris minutes might go. Like I said, if we played against the Clippers, I think we playing everybody. They might call me up. but against Memphis, I think it's going to be, a smaller rotation just to save some bodies for that second round, and then it's all a chess match. Like
it is.
I think Milwaukee gonna do the same thing. I think the Clippers gonna do the same thing. They preserving their bodies because this is it. This is the chance to get a ring right now.
It is. Yep. It's the best chance. It's up for grabs right now. Yeah. So we gonna see how them Lakers do against the Jazz tonight. How they doing in the next couple of games, and let's see if they switch up, man. So let's get to this crossover segment, man. It's about that time.
Not a game.
Family.
We talking about
crossover segment, throwing out player comparisons from different eras. The fellas, BTG, D Murph, out of the 6 players, they act as GM and they tell me who they'd take 2 out of the 6. Who they would build their team around. All players in their prime, 1 guard and 1 forward. Got some solid choices for y'all this week. Here we go. GP, Gary Payton, Steve Nash, or Damian Lillard in your backcourt. In your front court, Latrell Sprewell, Chris Mullin, or Jason Tatum. 2 out of the 6 start your franchise. GP, Steve Nash, or Damian Lillard in the backcourt. Front court, you taking Sprewell, Chris Mullin, or Jason Tatum. I actually had to think about this one when I was doing this one. Who wants to take this first, fellas?
You want that, Murph?
So I gotta choose 2.
2 out of the 6. 1 backcourt, 1 in the backcourt, 1 in the front court.
I'm gonna start it off, man.
Okay.
Our era, I'm hard-nosed, grimy. I'm going with GP for my point.
Okay.
Because guess what? We just talked about Jeffrey earlier in the show, and GP didn't care. Hey, I'm going to get this steal and dunk, and I'm going to talk some noise, even though I might lose. I need that motivation and inspiration for my team. And then I got to go with JT, man. Jason Tatum, man. I got to go with height, athleticism, inside, outside game. I need a complete player for the matchup. So those would be my 2.
Okay, talk to me, BCG. Who you got?
Well, I'm gonna do the new school, old school too. I would be too biased if I went GP, but I'm gonna go Dame and then I'm gonna go Sprewell. I dare you to double any one of them. I dare you. It's over. It's over. That might be one of the coldest backcourts.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's a hell of a backcourt right there. The ferocity between those 2.
Because Dame, you already know what Dame gonna do in Dame time, and Sprewell will literally choke you out, my brother. You better be easy. You better be easy with that backcourt.
You know that. You know that for sure.
That's real.
That's surprising. Actually, BTG, I thought he was gonna choose GP, but I know both of those dudes are 2 of your guys right there. For those 2.
California.
Both of them Bay Area. Both of them Bay.
For me, this one was tough for me, man. And it's crazy because we all were kind of thinking the same way, the way that we all were thinking. For me in the backcourt, it was tough, but I got to go GP on this one.
Man.
Because even though I can't even... One is an elite offensive player. One is an elite defensive player. But I still don't think GP got enough credit for his offense because he could control the offense as well. He can score. He can hit that baby jumper. You can hit it. He can do it all on the court, actually. So he didn't get a lot of praise, I guess, for his offensive prowess because they had a great offensive team, that Seattle Sonics team in the 90s.
They did.
Schrempf, Hawkins, Kemp, Perkins. Perkins on our squad, I believe, right?
Yeah, Sam Perkins.
Sam Perkins.
Lefty.
Yeah, so they had a couple of offensive pieces, man. So he wasn't required to do as much on the offensive end, but GP could score, man. I think a lot of people forget that. So I'm gonna have
to add to that, Nate McMillan would go to the 1 while GP went to the 2.
I forgot McMillan. Yes.
And he'll coach the team.
Yes. That is true. And I'm gonna have to go JT on this, man. I'm not gonna lie. Jason Tatum, man, that's my guy right there. I think when it's I think this brother right now, next year, I think he's going to be a top 10 player in the league. For me, personally, he's going to be a top 10 player. I think he's already creeping on there right now.
I'm about to say,
honestly.
some people say he that now.
Yeah, I feel like he's creeping on there right now. He might be 11 or 12, but I think next year, definitely 10. And I think this brother right here, man, he's going to be a real superstar in this league, because if you look at his offensive package for JT, it's top notch. That offensive package, top notch. And in scoring the league, he might be top 5 isolation scorers in the league right now. Am I crazy?
Top 5? Ooh, that's a bit much.
Isolation
Top 5.
That's a bit much right there.
I can name
That's too high.
5 guards that got.
Yeah, I was about to say I can name 5 guards.
Isolation.
Yeah.
You got Harden, you got KD.
Russ.
Isolation? Wait, Russ isolation? I'm not giving Russ that isolation.
He going right by him. Easy.
I'm giving JT over Russ in isolation. I don't like Russ's moves.
Well, God bless you on that one. I'm definitely take Curry over him.
Because
Kemba? Oh my God. Hey, look.
But can they be stopped though? Kemba can be guarded sometimes by a taller player. Steph Curry can be guarded sometimes by a
we just talking about offense. We just talking about offense.
Yeah, just offense.
Dame Lillard, bruh, Steph.
No, when I say can be guarded, I mean he can be pushed around a little bit, take him off his game offensively. Damn, this is tough when I think. I might throw JT in there, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. My top. Who else is top 5 isolation scorer? Lillard up there too. Lillard.
JT might not even be in my top 10.
I'm just saying.
I got Lou up there.
Oh shit, Lou too though. Damn. Oh.
Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, hey. Do I need to go down? Do I need to go down there to Phoenix?
Oh, D-Book.
Go get Booker.
I thought you another one. Bradley Beal too.
Bradley Beal, Ja Morant.
Luka. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, he might not be in he might not be in the top 15, bro.
Hold on. I don't like how y'all trying to play JT like you know up there with these dudes.
I just said JT, but not.
You said ISO. You said ISO. You didn't say me the
Yo,
man.
Are y'all sleeping on JT's package though?
Hey,
the isolation package.
Players that's way better than his ISO package.
How much Booker dropped? 71, 73, something like that.
Yeah, Booker's up there. I'm not gonna lie. I did forget about Devin Booker. Damn.
Booker just complained about double teams. That's it. But you said one-on-one fade.
One-on-one fade, I'm talking. Yeah, damn. D-Book might have to be top 5. He might have to be top 5.
Booker is eating. Yum. Matter of fact.
We didn't talk about James Harden.
Oh, come on,
I got James
man.
up there. No, I said James. James definitely top 3. KD and James automatic top 2 for me.
So
Kyrie.
the 3?
You got Kyrie. You got at least 2 players to a team.
Kyrie, 3.
Okay.
I'll put in Mikey Williams, and he's not coming to the league for another 2 years.
Yo, Baylor want to throw in Frank Nitty, man. Come on, man.
Frank Day. He's definitely up there.
Top 5, that's tough.
That's really tough. I think y'all sleeping on JT. I don't like that, man. Y'all sleeping on my son JT's.
I love him.
No, he gonna kill, but I gotta give him another year.
But yo, you put Luka ahead of him.
Luka is killing. He killing legends right now. He's disrespectful. He's not even from here.
Wait, so JT is not putting in work either? You're forgetting what he did against that Clippers game. Man, y'all are sleeping. I don't like how the family is sleeping on JT.
For those listeners out here, now I'm kicking my host side kicking in.
There we go.
Leave a voicemail.
Yeah.
Hit us up. Is Jason Tatum in your top 5 for ISO?
Hit me up on Twitter. You know I got them fingers. Let me tell you right now, Luka said it with his own mouth. He said, bro, I grew up watching LeBron. 30. Here you go. 30 legend.
Top 5 though. I can't get Luka top 5.
I'm gonna send out the tweet later after this. Do you put Jason Tatum in your top 5 for best isolation players in the league?
Right now. Yeah, that's gonna be it. That's what we're gonna come out of this episode with, man. 100%.
And I got Jamal Murray.
Wait,
I might not be playing those. Jamal Murray?
You got the wrong Jamal.
Crawford.
Okay, look, Jay. As soon as I get off this call, I'm going straight to Twitter. I'm about to set so much shit on fire. And the cool part about it is, I think JT should be a top 3 player in the league in the future, in the near future.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
But you said one-on-one isolation. It's a gang of cats.
Yo, I cannot believe y'all. You know what? I'm gonna send y'all a
he
video
literally
of
out
JT's moves from this season of him putting in work isolation score.
You know, but don't talk to us. Talk to the other people that disagree with you. That's all. Don't worry about us.
He might be out my top 15, bro. He might be out the top 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's still in line at the club. He might not get in.
Hey, he waving. Hey, don't forget about me. All right.
Yeah, he got on the wrong shirt. He got to go back to the car.
That's crazy. I need when we get out of here, or maybe later, I definitely need a top 5 from y'all. We got a group chat, so we might have to throw the top 5
Jay brought us on. He wanted some good conversation.
I needed it. Top 5. We can throw in that top 5 in the group chat on Twitter.
Hey, that's a
crazy.
good one. I can't wait to get to Twitter. Look at my fingers. I can't wait.
Yeah, definitely. So, definitely. We're gonna talk about that in the next episode, too, because that's crazy, man. So fellas, appreciate y'all joining me once again for getting it in this NBA bubble talk we got going on here. You know, 2 of y'all are my sparring partners, my NBA sparring partners. So you see how we got into this tip right here at the end of the game. That's what we needed. Y'all tripping. I need to send y'all an edible. Y'all tripping over there.
That listener, like, y'all talking about rappers that who? We never said Drake. So you're right. What y'all say about Drake?
Yeah, and I'm not going to say it. I
do remember you see that airball on the layup line.
You see that video, that latest video where he knocked down the 3 on old boy? Nigga, that's your employee. Of course he gonna let you shoot that.
Hey, you don't want to get fired.
Yeah. Oh, Kentucky University.
When he had an airball in the layup line, didn't he? When he was yeah. Scrub, man. Come on.
Oh, man. This was fun. I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you fellas joining me, man. This was definitely another dope to do. We definitely gonna spar at the end of this when we get to that.
I can't wait. I'm gonna get on Twitter too after this.
100%. So, fellas, I appreciate y'all joining me, man. That's always dope. And y'all definitely got to come back again for this, man.
No doubt. Just let me know, bro. I'm always down.
100%. So, family, man, that's episode 128. And we out.